Hello my friends, Noah Hammond back with another video. Today I'm joining you from one of my favorite viewpoints in lovely San Diego, California. And today's video comes in response to a couple different questions I received that were essentially asking the same thing. They were asking, hey Noah, I'm really unsure of what to do next in my life. I'm really unsure of which option to choose or which direction to go. Can you help me out? Now these questions are awesome and I want to get to those, but before I do, I want to tell you a little bit of a story of my journey, some of the things that I'm learning and some of the things I'm uncovering that is then going to connect into the answer that I have. So if you've been following me for a long time on YouTube, I've been on YouTube since 2008, making video advice, first as a dating and confidence coach for men named Kurt Spelling, later on coming into my actual name. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you've seen me do these stages of coming into YouTube and leaving YouTube and coming back and doing lots of videos and leaving and coming back and leaving. And I'm very grateful that actually last night I found a video from Elliot Holst, another cool YouTuber out there, that really helped me to clarify what's been occurring. And again, I promise this is going to be helpful for you when I tie it all back together. So essentially what happens is this: as I present myself to the world, as I present myself, my ideas, my ego construct, whether that's the ego I create named Kurt Spelling, the dating and confidence coach for men, or whether that's the ego I present as my actual name, Noah Hammond, each time that I step into this arena and into the public eye, an ego is created. And an expectation is created, an expectation for myself, an expectation from all of you. And essentially, what I kind of realize is that I'm someone whose main mission in life is to take my ego construct, shake it, smash it, destroy it, and rebuild it. And then be like, oh, that's pretty. That's who you think you are now? Psh, smash, smash, smash. I learn a bunch more about myself. I go on another bunch of life adventures. I go spend 6 months in Costa Rica in the rainforest and I find a whole new me, right? Then I come back to the States and I go spend 6 months living in Mississippi, helping someone out who's incredibly sick, spending months in the hospital, seeing people on the verge of death, seeing people dying. Smash, 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 whole new Noah gets created, right? Then I spend the next 2 months traveling all around the United States, spending almost all of my time in nature with the woman that I love. Smash, 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 what you thought was important, who you thought you were, who you think you should be, who you think people want you to be, smash, 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 it goes to pieces. And of course, every time it gets rebuilt. But this is by no means an easy process to share with the world, because every time I share myself with the world, everyone, it's just a natural thing, no fault of your own, I do the same thing. We see a person and we lock on to the idea of who they are and the expectation of who they are, and that brings safety and comfort to us. That brings familiarity, that brings connection. And in fact, if you've done any level of personal transformation on your own, you've probably seen this. As you begin to change personally, as you actually begin to develop and smash your ego in your own way and bring about new pieces of yourself, you might notice that a lot of people in your life don't react too positively to that. In fact, a lot of people in your life probably shame you for it, guilt you for it, try to make you be who you were, try to make you stop, ask you if you're okay. And so this gets incredibly amplified in my experience when you put yourself out in front of hundreds of thousands of people, or even thousands of people, or even hundreds of people, or even a dozen people on a regular basis. And so what I think I've felt time and time again, and I can't really put any other words to it than this, is that my core essence desire above all things is to smash my ego to bits and find my true soul essence and live from that space on a 24/7, fully enlightened basis, whatever you want to call it, to live from my soul, soulfully, that's all I really know. That's my core essence mission in life. And just a slight second of that is to help as many people along the way as humanly possible. And so this is YouTube videos and giving and serving and being out in the world. This happens mostly in isolation, in nature, in my relationship with my fiance Corinne, who really helps me smash things to bits. So that's the push and pull that I've experienced, and it's been pretty brutal. It's almost magnified everything. Now, tying that back in, how does that help with today's question of, what should I do next with my life? Where is best to go next? How do I decide that? How do I discover that? Well, the really important message that I want you to first understand is I don't know the answer to this. And in fact, I don't know the answer to much. And I think that if anything, a lot of the pain or discomfort that I felt over the past few years as I've gone through this process, this push-pull, has been to help fill me with humility to recognize that the guy with all the answers doesn't actually have many answers. And it's just with humility that I show up and serve and be a channel for information and things that come out of my mouth as I open up my mouth, because that, for whatever reason, is part of my experience in this world and part of what I'm here to do and part of the work that I've been created for. At the same time, though, when I look at some old videos or I look at things I've said in the past, I can see the complete error in them and a new version and perspective on that, which leads me only to understand that there's also a new version and perspective that I'll have on it a couple years from now and probably a couple years from then, because I'm so dedicated to my growth, and that's what I seek all the time. So going back to the question at hand, what to do next, how do you discover it? All I can speak is from my own experience, the way that I've continually pushed my life forward to the next step and the next stage and the next evolution and the next experience of freedom and bliss and joy and expansion, and yeah, lots of pain in the middle of smash, 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 but also then leading to a newer, more fuller expression of life living through me. The way I've consistently done that is essentially treating life as an experiment and just keeping your mind focused on the fact that you can do anything. And you can create anything, and you're just really surrendering to this experience of life that wants to be lived through you, and that's really the life force that helps you to create and do anything, to show you that it's possible so that you keep going. So the answer is different for every single person, and the simplest way to know you're on the right track is, are you doing new things? Are you pushing your comfort zone? Are you experimenting? It's as simple as that. And think of yourself as a scientist studying life. Right? What do scientists do? Well, they do lots of different things, but some of them, many of them, they're in a lab somewhere, they're running controlled experiments and they're gathering data. And the data gives them feedback, and it either proves their hypothesis true or leads them to a new hypothesis that they're gonna go prove is true, or completely denies their hypothesis, right? That's what you need to be doing with your life. Don't stay comfortable, don't stay safe. Comfortable is out, comfortable is over. Comfortable is what got the world in this mess, is people just exceedingly going for comfort after comfort after comfort, disconnecting from ourselves from nature to fill it with comfort after comfort, predictability, stability, like security. We want all of that. Like that all is great to have. But that's not where the human experience happens. That's not where life gets lived. That's not where beauty and motion is created through you and harmonized into the life experience and into the people around you because of who you be after you discover what happens when you get unsafe, when you get insecure, when you're willing to be vulnerable to step into those places and allow that to come through. That's life, right? So are you experimenting? That's all that matters. So if you're comfortable, get uncomfortable with being comfortable. Get uncomfortable with being comfortable. Get really uncomfortable with being comfortable, because if you're comfortable right now, you're not living your full potential. You're just not. Everyone who's on the top of their game is pushing their comfort zone somewhere. And maybe someday I'll have a different opinion about it. Maybe when I'm 60, I'll have found my end-all comfort zone. Helicopter agrees, and maybe someday I'll be exactly where I need to be, and I'll be there for good. Maybe that is called enlightenment, I don't know. But if you know you have more potential than what you're seeing manifesting in front of you in the world right now, if you know you have the ability to help more people, to serve more people, to leave a greater mark on this world, to leave the world just a notch better than you found it, because you take a little bit more time to be outside your comfort zone, then that's the direction you need to go. That's what I would say to those questions. Become a scientist, become an experimenter, go gather some data, set up some experiments, and you can start small. You can start real small. You can start in a little bit of your diet, or you can start with your sleep routines, or you can start with your contribution to the world. You can start with a little bit of volunteer service, or you could start with experimenting with different career paths and setting up experiments that is going to either confirm or deny your passion for a subject matter and for an area. Become an experimenter of life, and there's no more wasted time. So I think that's all I have to say for everyone today. Hope you like this video. Please like it or dislike it if you didn't like it. Leave comments below. Throw a comment down below if there's a question that you have that you'd like to see me answer in a video. I'm open here to serve you guys, and you know, I don't promise that I have all the answers, but I promise that I'll open my mouth and I'll speak at this camera, and something will come out, and hopefully some of you will find some value and some use in it. So that's all for now. Much love, everybody. Talk to you soon.